If the first game breaks, we'll get you loaded up, put on more steam. Protect our kickers, our quarterback, our lead, our ball game. All obstacles, block, cut, sides, through the games after this win in. First year again, we're here for the first man. Can everybody keep it there for 6 minutes?
Rocky Top, you'll always be.
All I know is go Vols, cause that's all I know. Go Vols!
Doesn't have to be perfect, ain't gonna be perfect. We go compete for 60 freaking minutes. All right, enjoy the opportunity, enjoy the environment, and then go play our butts off, play for one another, and have a hell of a lot of fun. Everybody got me? Yes, all right. We jumped on our plane, rode in on our buses. Yeah! And went and hit them in the mouth. Yeah! Hey, who was the pick six? Cole. Bye week is a work week when it's time to work. We got to get healed up, but mentally we got to get better to go be our best. And we got a chance to be a great team. All right, we got to make the choices that make the difference to do that. Everybody got me? Yes, sir.
Cole, take us through Joshua's touchdown. Did you know that he had the ball? Were you in coverage? What were you doing on the play?
Nah, I didn't know anything. I saw the ball. I mean, I didn't even see the ball. I was guarding my man, and then like all I hear is like the crowd go silent, and then I look and I see I didn't even know who was running the ball, honestly. I was just looking and I was like, oh, we running the ball, and now I looked to their sideline and I started talking trash.
But make the decision. You're either a Vol or you're not, through thick and thin.
Good Monday morning. Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Man, I hate bye weeks. It's like we're on this high, we're on this roller coaster, and then all of a sudden you take it away. We don't have football coming up on Saturday, but you know what? A bye week is good for this football team. This football team needs a week to get right. They need a week to get healthy. And man, I don't always like to expose people in the chat, but sometimes you got to expose somebody in the chat. Brandon, why are you always so negative? Always, every time you pop through this channel, you bring in the negative energy. You bring in the chat down. All this, they have to get better stuff. We're going into game 6. What we see is what we get. We're not going to get any better. This defense sucks. The sky is falling. Our pets' heads are falling off. I don't get it, man. You don't think this football team can get better? And why are we acting like this football team sucks? We're 4-1. We're 4-1. Your only loss came against Georgia in overtime. You make the field goal, you're sitting here undefeated. Why are we acting like our pets' heads are falling off? Man, oh, man, we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about it. It sucks. I hate the bye week, but again, this team needs a bye week. But as always, the morning show brought to you by Grade A Grounds Coffee. Go to gradeagrounds.com. Use that promo code VAWLS, VAWLS. You're going to get 20% off of your order. They're going to kick back some money our way. You guys know the deal. I've already told the story of this relationship. It just makes sense, man. East Tennessee guy, Tennessee alum, bleeds orange, hooked up with him at a golf tournament, got to know him, learned about his company. They do fundraisers for schools, for athletic teams. Go show them some love. GradeAGrounds.com. Get that blueberry. You guys already know. We've sold it so much, they don't even have it in stock. Billy, get on. What are you doing, Billy? What are you doing? We got to get some more blueberry because supply and demand. We got to go back to economics 101, but go to Grade A Grounds. That organized chaos, pretty dang good as well. That link's in the description below as always. Let me catch up with you guys real quick. Chris Casey drops a $2 super chat and says, Dorfy just beat the bye week. Yeah, that's what we got to do. Just win the bye week. Hey, man, get healthy, get right. This bye week is coming at a good time for this football team. We need a bye week. Get healthy, get right, beat Arkansas, and then you got to go on the road to Alabama. Brian Turner dropped a $5 super chat, says, Dorfy, GBO. Big win. Let's rest and get healthy. Vols Girl for 10 says, good morning, y'all. GBO. Shout out, Vols Girl. We appreciate you guys. Let's get Cainer on here, and let's talk a little Vols.
You are Locked On Vols, your daily podcast on the Tennessee Volunteers. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Eric, Cain, you don't talk about it enough. Like you played college football like that. To me, anybody that takes that next step, you go play college ball, that's impressive. Like not a whole lot of people get that opportunity. What are your thoughts on a team? And man, I shouldn't be picking on Brandon in the chat. I'm just going in hard on Brandon right out of the gates. But like you're a team that's 5 weeks into the season. You got some struggles. You got some things you need to fix and clean up. Tackling was terrible this past weekend. Can you clean that up 5 weeks into the season? Can a team get better this late into the season?
I'm looking at the chat. Miss Terry's bathwater was in our Rocky Top Rewind last
Great
night.
Name.
I saw
name.
that and I laughed. No, yeah. I mean, teams can absolutely get better. I mean, if you're great handle right there. If you're not, I mean, teams can go one of two ways, right? I mean, they can either improve or teams can get worse throughout the season. Majority of the time, you improve throughout the season because you get more reps, you get more young guys who are, fresh and inexperienced. Those guys get reps and they are experienced and know what to handle. You'd like to think that, if you have new players into your scheme, the more and more they rep it, the more and more they get comfortable. So, yeah, typically you get better, you evolve as the season goes along. If you don't, I think a lot of the time it has to do with injuries, coaching changes, as you said, the pets' heads are falling off, stuff like that. So, look at the Tennessee team, you're 4-1 heading to the bye week, and I kept saying Saturday night, you don't apologize for winning on the road. You never apologize for winning a football game. You certainly don't apologize for winning a football game on the road in this conference, okay? I mean, Mississippi State, I don't know how many games Bulldogs are going to win. I don't think they're going to be contending for an SEC title, certainly, but, I mean, it's evident that they're an improved football team. It was a unique environment. Tennessee went over there and played a horrific football game in so many aspects, but you simply found a way to win. And so if you can't get encouraged by scoring 2 touchdowns defensively, if you can't get encouraged by marching 13 plays, 75 yards, taking 6 minutes off the clock, and scoring after you insert a true freshman at right tackle to tie the football game there late in the fourth quarter, I mean, I don't know what I got for you right now. I mean, there's things they got to clean up, but this team can certainly get better, no doubt. And they need this bye week for sure. It stinks there's no football game, but they need this bye week.
Yeah, I play the clip all the time from Heupel, and then I talk about it all the time because I love it because it's the truth when it comes to football. Ain't got to be perfect. Guess what? It ain't going to be perfect. Just go out, compete, execute for 60 minutes, be the better team at the end of regulation. Sometimes maybe need a little overtime. But, man, me and Foul Man, co-host of the show, we had a great conversation. Why is it always the best conversations happen off air? We ended the show last night. It was just him and me in the back room, and we talked for like 20 minutes. And, we were talking about momentum because football is a game of momentum, and it felt like no matter what, Mississippi State had the momentum. Even like the big plays, right? Colton Hood pick 6. You got momentum for that play, and then it just felt like Mississippi State came back and punched you in the mouth. And you were fighting, and you were scrapping, and you were trying to get sustained momentum, and it felt like Tennessee never got sustained momentum. The sack fumble, scoop and score, big moment in this football game. You had that initial burst of momentum. Shout out Colton Hood, looking to the sideline, talking a little trash. Told us on this channel, I don't talk trash, Boogie. First thing out of his mouth, I look to the sideline and talk a little trash. Shout out Colton Hood. But you never got sustained momentum. But that's what good teams do. Good teams go on the road and play like absolute dog crap and come out with a win. How many times have we seen Tennessee on the other side of this? We just saw it against Georgia. The better team played like crap, and they still beat Tennessee in Neyland Stadium.
Yeah, I just I look at that football game, and neither team could put it away. I mean, Austin and I were sitting up there in the press box, and he made the comment, and I think it was astute at the time because it was true. If Tennessee could just get a 7 to 10 point lead, forcing Shapen to draw back and throw the football, what did Tennessee do its best on Saturday? It got after that passer, man, whipped that offensive line that was a bit makeshift, but they've been good all year long. I think they allowed like maybe 3, 4, whatever it was. I mean, Tennessee had 5 sacks all from the defensive line, and Tennessee just couldn't get to that point. On the flip side, Mississippi State couldn't either. Mississippi State would go to score and have a big turnover, go for the fake punt, get it. That place was unhinged at that point in time. And then sudden change, I see like 3 of the 4 defenders. That's why sudden change is so important, right? You hear that word sudden change. I mean, let me paint a picture for you if you don't truly understand what it is. Tennessee just gets a stop. Tennessee's defensive line goes off over here. They're talking with Gardner. Linebackers talking with Inge. Defensive backs talking with Martinez. They're watching the tape. They're huddle, whatever it is. And then your special teams unit gives up a fake, and then they have to go right back on the field. They don't know what's going on. And so I saw like 2 or 3 guys come out there. I'm like, come on, guys, let's go. I'm like, oh, no. This has disaster written all over it. No, fumble, scoop, and score it to the house. I mean, Tennessee's ability to flip the script on that sudden change was super impressive. But just like Tennessee couldn't put the game away, Mississippi State couldn't put the game away either. So I thought it was interesting, man. It was hard to watch at points in times, but still, you have Joey Aguilar, you have that offense, the ability to go score, the drop of the hat, and Tennessee did that. And Tennessee's defense came up big later the football game went on. I get it, 34 points gross, but if you really break down the numbers, you had scoring drives from Mississippi State of 17 yards, 23 yards, and 26 yards. Okay, I'm not putting that on the defense. I'm putting that on special teams. I'm putting that on the offense, okay, because they gave them short fields. Tennessee defense scored 2 touchdowns. And, yeah, they got ran all over for 3 quarters, but in overtime and in the fourth quarter alone, Mississippi State could only get 28 yards on the ground. So, was it perfect? No. Tennessee's got to set the edge. Tennessee's got to force things inside defensively. But Tennessee came up big when it mattered defensively and, of course, on the offensive end as well. So, it was a fun game to watch. If you had no rooting interest in the football game, it was kind of like Tennessee-Georgia. It was just fun to watch. If you're a Tennessee fan, you're irate at points and times, but you take this win every single day of the week, man.
That defense, man, and it's funny because I hammered it home after the game, and I saw so many people. I don't even know why I get on the board. Just stay off the board during the game. It's psychopaths. Like, it is psychotic people on the board during the game, but Twitter's the same way. Facebook's the same way. The live chat here, we set up the post-game stream. People get in there for a live chat during the game. It is the same way. Everybody is ripping this defense to shreds, and I'm going, hold on a second. Let's pump the brakes on this defense. And yes, it looked like I think I said post game, it looked like your drunk uncle at the barbecue running around playing two-hand touch with the kids, just running circles around him. Nobody could get a hand on him. Horrible tackling. You got to be better in space making tackles. You didn't set the edge. Coach Jay hammered that home last night in the fan call-in show. They had some issues on defense, but at the end of the day, they made plays on defense. They got stops when they needed them on defense. Cainer, we're midway through the fourth quarter. The defense has more points on the scoreboard than the offense does. It's 14-13 defense versus offense. This defense kept you in the game, but at the end of the day, if you're going to run the table, if you're serious about making it to the college football playoff, this defense has to be better. Marcus Rush drops a $10 super chat, says, Dorothy, shout out Marcus, we appreciate you. Any update on Jamad McCoy and if he is going to play this year? GBO, speculation, Arkansas. David Hobbs, speculation, Arkansas. Was Jackson Moy 100% healthy in Starkville on Saturday? He played 40 snaps. Can this defense be better? And talk about Jamal McCoy being a part of that as well.
Yeah, again, bye week's huge, right? I'll be interested to see if we hear of him doing more, kind of ramping it up in practice. I mean, he started getting on the practice field back in camp when we were seeing viewing periods. Now, he wasn't in full pads, but I mean, he was doing things. He was cutting and everything. He's still been doing a lot of that. Does he ramp it up? Does he do 11-11? Does he do team stuff? I'll be interested to hear if there's any chatter about that around campus here on the bye week. I feel like Arkansas has been that popular date. Sure, I wouldn't assume it's Arkansas. Would not shock me whatsoever if it's another week or something like that. I still don't think that there is a set timeline. But to answer your question, I do think he will play this year, and that's it's not a guarantee. A lot of people will say, well, of course, why wouldn't he play? Or, other people say, well, potential first-round pick, no way he's playing, right? I think that he's a competitor. I think he loves this team, and I think he wants to play. So I think he will impact Tennessee at some point in time. Hobbs, I feel good about Arkansas. I think that he wanted to play Mississippi State real bad. I feel good about Arkansas. I think this bye week will be insurance for him. And, of course, getting Jackson Moy back was good. So as these guys continue to get healthy, reinforcements are arriving. That's good. Again, going back to what we've been talking about, you've got, contain. Like, Tennessee could not contain the run game, and that was so frustrating. Again, for as good as Tennessee's ends and Leos were in the pass rush, at points in time, it's not great in contain. It's not just them, right? It's linebackers coming down. It's the star players. It's the defensive backs coming down as well. Like, whoever is that end man or that contain player lost contain a lot of the times, and so they've got to get better in that regard. I would advise not looking at like national stats or big picture box score stats, right? Because Tennessee's given up 41, 34, 26, 17, and whatever UAB scored, 24. Like, the points per game is not going to look good. But again, it's skewed. We talked about the short fields. I mean, against ETSU, Bucks got first and goal from the 5. I mean, we can go on and on. You can manipulate stats whichever way you want them to. Points per game is not going to be something looking good for this team right now. But again, look at that Mississippi State game. Tennessee gave up 378 yards of total offense. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. And again, it's the turnovers forced, the sacks, the big plays. Ever since that Syracuse game, and especially since they've been injured, I felt like this defense is going to give up some, but they're going to go make stuff happen. And I could never predict scoring 2 touchdowns defensively, but that's a clear example of going to make something happen. I think that defense is going to continue to do that.
That's what we were kind of sold on with Tim Banks when he was hired as the defensive coordinator was we're going to make things happen. We're going to play aggressive. We're going to force turnovers. Colton Hood with another pick 6. I think I saw on an ESPN show second defensive touchdown of the year. First time a Tennessee player has done that in like 15 years. Like, that's a game changer, man. That's a game changer when you have a defense that can do that. You talk about stats. It's true, man. Like the UAB game specifically, I think more people were tuned into this Mississippi State game. But UAB, I'm like, okay, you skip the game, you go to the family cookout, the barbecue, whatever it is, you look at your phone, and then it looks bad because you see the box score. You don't see that it's late in the game and it's mop-up time, and it doesn't really matter. But Tennessee 107th in the country in scoring defense. Let me hit some super chats real quick, and I want to come back to that. Trevor V for 5 said, need to get those boys on the jugs machine and get those hands right. Can't afford those missed catches that turn into a turnover. GBO, self-inflicted wounds was a big thing in that Mississippi State game. Ball fan for life for 2. Just win. That's what he did to me. See, we played our Patreon Dynasty EA Sport. He embarrassed me last night, but he played cheap. Not really. He played straight up. D won us his game. Not perfect, but a win. Shout out Ball fan for life. Sean Cross for 5 says, hi. Isn't that better than last week's Super Chat? You remember last week's Super Chat from Sean Cross?
Nope.
You don't want to. Shout out, Sean. Appreciate you, brother. The defense, though, like getting after the quarterback, leading the country, 20 sacks on the season, 20, leading the country. Tackles for loss, 41, third in the country. Like, this defensive line is getting after it. What's going on? Like, what do you see as the biggest problem with this defense? You're a defensive guy. That was your position, playing linebacker, playing defense. There's a lot of miscommunication on the back end. We saw it again this week with Colton Hood, and I think it was Jalen McMurray that had a miscommunication, and it goes for a big play. Like, what is it? Is it as simple as that? Like, the secondary not communicating? Is it linebacker play? What does this defense have to do if you're going to go beat Arkansas? You're going to go beat Alabama on the road. You're going to go beat Florida on the road. What do they got to do?
I think it was Turrentine actually in the back end there. It's clear miscommunication. It looked like they were in cover 2. I think the broadcast actually said it cover 2 as well, but it looked like on when I watched the replay that they were in cover 2, and that safety's got to get over, man. I mean, that safety's got to push that half of the field, and he was late getting over. Thank goodness Aiden Williams tripped, right? And I think that drive actually resulted in a field goal, if I'm not mistaken, but that was a bad miscue. Yeah, like we talked about, setting the edge. You can't give up contained. You got to set the edge. And again, we continue to set the edge. Like, what's that mean? Setting the edge defensively, coming down, forcing everything inside to where your help is. Like, if you're a linebacker screaming off the edge, you want to force the play inside to where your defensive tackles and your other linebackers and your other defensive end are. They got to set the edge better. Can't lose contain. I think the angles over the course of the first 5 games have been pretty bad at times. Jeremiah T-Lander in overtime against Georgia, that one strikes me. Idris Farouk coming down. I love him coming downhill and hitting. He's made a couple nice licks this year. He's taken a couple of bad angles as well. I think this team has taken a lot of bad angles defensively. So there's that. Missed tackling. Man, Pro Football Focus says Tennessee missed 13 tackles at Mississippi State.
Ooh,
oh, no, they changed
more.
it. Okay, they've changed it since last time I looked. 19 now.
Yeah,
Pro Football
like
Focus,
way more.
Yeah, we'll change some things. So, nope, sorry, I'm reading that wrong. I'm an idiot. Still says 13. Feels like it's much more. This team's got to tackle better. So I think a combination of all those things, communication for sure. But again, when you get reinforcements back, I think that's only going to help things because you don't have Eason and Bailey playing 60 snaps. You don't have Arion Carter still played too many snaps, but I thought he played a pretty good game the other day. I would love to see a bit of a rotation at safety. We're not seeing that right now. Caleb Beasley and Sidney Walton got 7 and 8 snaps respectively, while Farouk and Turrentine played like 80 snaps. Tennessee was best at safety last year because they had a 4-man rotation. Clearly, the Vols aren't there yet, and that's unfortunate because I think they need to be there. So I think it's a little bit of all that you said, but at the basis of the conversation, communication, contain, angles. I think those are 3 things Tennessee needs to do a better job with. And as we talked about, teams getting better as the year goes along. This bye week, a prime example to try to get better in those regards.
Johnny Prosper 2 says, why Tennessee did not run the ball more? Star Thomas.
Tennessee ran the football. Tennessee did not give up on what it wanted to do. The Vols had 32 rushing attempts. That's a lot, right? I mean, Bishop and Thomas both had over 10-plus attempts. Just had to be patient with it, and that's something that is a bit concerning in my opinion, Boogie. In 2 SEC games, Tennessee's not ran the football the way it needs to. Now, the numbers still don't look great, but they look a lot better because of a 25-yard overtime touchdown run by Bishop and a 27-yard fourth-quarter run by Star Thomas against Georgia. Tennessee's got to run the football a little bit more, but it hasn't been for a lack of trying, man. They're staying true to what they want to do. I love the design quarterback runs in the red zone, man. We've seen it a couple of times this year. The 12 personnel quarterback sweep there, to win the football or to tie the game. Just a beautiful play concept, and it was executed perfectly, man. I went back and watched it several different times. Sanders gets up to the second level. You have Kitzelman that takes the end man. You have Van Dorselaer that takes a linebacker. You have Bishop that leads up and takes a DB, and there's Joey Aguilar diving in the end zone, man. So, I think that this team is focused on running the football, needs to do a better job, but it wasn't for a lack of trying, man. They had 32 attempts.
Man, you brought up 3 things I want to talk about. Running the football, Joey Aguilar's athleticism, David Sanders getting his first opportunity. What a welcome to the SEC moment, right? It's the game-tying drive, and then Jesse Perry goes down. You can tell he's at an 11. He's probably at a 12 or a 13. Like, he's amped up, slapping the helmet. He's over there, like he's hitting the sled on the sideline, getting geared up. Man, it was a fun moment to see Dave get excited, get that opportunity, and I thought he looked well, obviously outside the false start that people are going to bring up. But let's talk about Joey Aguilar, because I think and so many people are talking about mentally. He's got it between the ears, and he does. And how much different this offense looks this year with Joey Aguilar at the helm. Do we undersell, and I kind of brought this up on the fan call-in show, but do we undersell Joey's like pure talent? Like athleticism, you mentioned the quarterback design run. Give me some more. Like Joey looks good running the football. Joey looks good throwing the football. I think too much because, look, Nico had, scouts drool over Nico's athleticism and his arm talent. Joey's not a slouch. And I think we talk more about him understanding the offense and what he does mentally versus, man, he's a pretty dang good quarterback too.
Well, I mean, there's been a play in just about every game where he either avoids pressure and throws downfield, gets a completion, or he's wrapped up and gets out of it. I mean, there was a play the other day at State where it looked like he was getting sacked, and he kept his eyes downfield and threw it to Mike Matthews for a first down. I mean, his escapability, his elusiveness, but not just to dodge the pressure in the backfield, but to keep his eyes downfield and complete the play. That's something I didn't know about Joey Aguilar. I mean, I didn't know a lot about Joey Aguilar, obviously, coming into this thing. But that's something that's very much surprised me. And again, I go back to I love the design quarterback runs. He clearly can run with the football in his hands. He's not afraid of contact. I like all that stuff. So, yeah, I mean, I think that sometimes we're a bit deceptive, or he's a bit deceptive in that regard, and I think that can be a big calling card for him. But I think, again, you got to pick and choose. Big moments, big games, down inside the red zone, fourth down, fourth and short, third and short, stuff like that. And I love it. And I think Tennessee's got the guys to go up there and get hat on a hat and go make it happen, just like you saw there at that the end of the fourth quarter.
Do you think, like, look, so many people are giving me credit like I'm some guru or know what I'm talking about.
You are, man.
It's
You're
like,
guru. You're Mel Kiper.
It's shout out App State. Cheers. Enjoying my Grade A Grounds coffee, gradeagrounds.com. Use the promo code VAWLS. I mean, I've seen Joey play, and I knew Joey was talented. I didn't think he was going to be able to do what he's done in the SEC. Nobody thought he would. Like, I thought he would be efficient. I didn't think he would be the guy we're leaning on, and that takes me back to the running game. And, yeah, Tennessee did run the ball, and I see somebody in the chat saying that Mississippi State had more rushes at halftime than we had in the entire game. Man, that just goes back to the weird flow of this game, right? You gave them an extra series with the fumbled punt. Yes, you want to go make plays on defense, but when you have a pick six and you have a scoop and score, there was one time where I'm tracking the drives, and I'm like, good Lord, they've had 3 more offensive series at this point than Tennessee.
They ran, in the end, in totality, which is not a lot, but they ran 14 more plays than you did. So that's still 14 more chances to run the football or whatever. Yeah. You're right. Short fields, stealing possessions. Mississippi State had the football a ton. Tennessee's defense out on the field a ton, man, a ton. And I think that all kind of goes hand in hand. And also, what was Mississippi State doing its best on Saturday? It was running with Fluff Bothwell, and Tennessee had no answer. And mind you, Davin Booth, or Davin Booth, whatever his name is, he ran the football 17 times for 58 yards. Tennessee bottled him up pretty well. It was Bothwell Tennessee had no answer for. So if I'm State, man, I'm handing off to 2024 as well. I mean, that was their best offense. So I think that had a lot to do with it as well. But again, I mean, Tennessee was trying to run the football. It just didn't find a whole lot of success throughout the football game in doing so.
There was one series where they threw on first down, and I think it was Caleb Herring got home and then turned around and threw on third down, and Caleb Herring was in the backfield again. And I'm just scratching my head going, why in the world are you even throwing the football? Run it. Just run I would have stopped throwing the football. I just ran it over. Like, Tennessee could not stop the run. But going back to Tennessee's run game, it does feel like at times that they're not running the football as much as you would hope or maybe you would expect. Do you think, again, it goes back to Joey Aguilar? I mean, just the confidence in Joey to go out there and make plays. Like, if you're moving the football, throwing it, why not throw it? And we talked about this last night too. My favorite thing about Joey, what was his most impressive game? When you talk about QB rating, which Coach loves in the chat, it was Georgia. Like, Georgia's his best game as far as rating goes, and he threw for almost 400 yards. I love the fact that he did it against Georgia. But do you think that's some of it, just having more confidence in Joey, or do you think maybe it's the way teams are playing Joey, and that sets us up to throw the football?
Well, again, like, I think it's what's your strength? Last year, running the football was a strength. Dylan Sampson was an all-SEC back. Dylan Sampson had so many attempts, so many carries. He had a monopoly share of the backfield. Nobody else really got into that. And he was good. And your best offense was with the football in his hands, not Nico's hands or anybody else's hands. This year, Joey Aguilar is your best offense. So, like, when you need to play, you're putting it in Joey's hands. And obviously, down and distance has a lot to do with that as well. But I think you also got to play to your strengths a little bit. It also feels like Tennessee ran the football so much more last year. And I know numbers-wise they did. But it also felt like it was so much more because it was just Dylan Sampson. Tennessee's still running the football again. You know, Star Thomas and Deshaun Bishop both had 10-plus carries. And Deshaun's interesting, man. Again, he's such a – like, you got to take the long game with Deshaun, okay? And I think Saturday was a good example. He's even dating back to high school. I mean, he's obviously played at Carnes. You know, we've had it on TV since his, freshman year. Patient. He's going to wait. Then he's going to hit it, okay? And in high school, that speed was, nobody was going to catch him. And in college now, a lot of people can catch him because he doesn't have the breakaway speed, but he's quick enough. But in the college game, he lets things transpire in front of him. Then he slips through that crease, right? And, it looks like nothing's there. He's going to get 4 or 5 yards, and he's going to pop one. And, the one that he popped came in overtime, and it was great. He got Jack Van Dorselaer got hat on a hat. Deshaun Bishop had to make one guy miss. And Deshaun Bishop won that battle against the linebacker, ran through that tackle, and he was off to the races. So that was great to see. But to answer your question, I do think it's play to your strengths. Right now, his strength is Joey Aguilar. Why would you not want the football in Joey Aguilar's hands? Sign me up for that every single time because he's a baller. And you said it earlier. I mean, I can't. It's mind-blowing what he's doing here at Tennessee. Like, I thought, like, he's got 5 picks. I was like, if you would have told me through 5 games he would have 5 interceptions, I would say, okay, that checks out. But, again, we can nitpick here. You can sit here and say 4 of his interceptions are not his fault. I mean, if we're nitpicking, we can say 4 of those interceptions not his fault. Like, I thought he'd throw the football to the other team, make poor decisions. He's not, man. He's smart. He's protective of that football, but he's also not going to go out there and not move the football down the field. And I think that's something where Nico was at times afraid of making a mistake to where he wouldn't go run the offense. Aguilar's running that offense, man, and they're racking up some points.
Yeah, like, think of some of the 50-50 balls he's thrown to Brazel that have gone for touchdowns or should have gone for a touchdown, like Saturday with the offensive PI. But I don't think Nico lets those rip. And Joey's like, I'm gonna let my guys go make play. And we're seeing what Chris Brazel can do when you throw it up and let him go make a play, man. Like, pros and cons to it. Again, you can write off 4 of the 5 interceptions easy. And then the one to Mike, you said this a million times, was basically like a punt. You didn't get hurt. You've not been hurt. Well, you've been hurt by some of his interceptions, but the one that was his fault, nobody hurt on that. And I love the ownership too. He takes ownership Saturday against Mississippi State, says, I got to have better ball placement. Miles takes ownership and says, I got to catch those. And that's true leadership coming from both of those guys. Man, again, we sit here 5 games into it, and people put Hendon Hooker on a pedestal, like VFL legend, that 2022 season, that magical ride. Joey Aguilar's on pace to put up more stats, better stats than Hendon did in 22, which is just wild to me to see how this thing is played out through 5 games. We're almost halfway into it, Cainer. The SEC is wide freaking open. I asked you last week who the best teams are in the SEC. This week, LSU, Georgia both get a loss. We're truly seeing parity in college football. Ole Miss, Missouri. Who had this? Vanderbilt, Texas A&M, and Oklahoma, only undefeated teams left in the SEC. Vanderbilt plays Alabama this weekend. I don't even know what to think of the SEC at this point. Is Vanderbilt going to beat Alabama? And if they do I have to come on this channel and finally give them credit? Because I have written them off week after week after week. In the back of my mind, a little bit nervous about Vanderbilt.
Yeah, that Vanderbilt's not going to beat Alabama this year, especially that game's in Tuscaloosa, right? Yeah, because they beat them in Nashville last year.
Yeah.
No, I don't see that
14
happening.
people stormed the field. 14 people.
Vanderbilt's a good team, man. It's more than just Diego. Alexander in the backfield is good. We know about that tight end. Defense is coming around a little bit. Alabama, I think it's always a cautionary tale, right? Like, you can't just assume disaster for a team early in the season. Talk about teams getting better, right? I mean, Ty Simpson looked pretty daggone good the other night. They went on the road in Athens and, went up 14-0, just like that in the second quarter and found ways to win. So I think Alabama's obviously a good football team. I still think Georgia's a good football team. I can't wait to watch SEC football this week. I can sit there and just watch all day long. I can learn more because I miss a lot, right? I didn't see hardly any of the Ole Miss LSU game, which is unfortunate, right? I wanted to see how the former Division II quarterback balled out, right? I think Ole Miss.
I got to watch the second half of Georgia and Bama, and that's all football I watched Saturday outside of Tennessee.
Yeah,
that was it.
I think Ole Miss is absolutely in this conversation. Missouri, I haven't seen Missouri play. I saw Missouri play a little bit on like a Thursday night, week 1 or whatever it was. Missouri gets no respect, and at Texas A&M gets no respect. So yeah, the SEC is wide open, man. But there's not a team in this league that I don't think Tennessee can beat. Certainly with the quarterback they got, with the offensive line the way it's playing, with the skill. I mean, again, like Joey Aguilar's stats, and somebody was getting all over me the other day on the board because I think I said it maybe in the 2-minute or post-game pod or something like. He was so. Like, I just look at a stat line, 24 of 40, 60%, 2 picks. Doesn't look good, right? 2 total touchdowns, 3, but he threw for 335. And, like, if you connect on Mike Matthews, that was a dime. And if you connect on the offensive pass interference isn't called, which it was clearly not offensive pass interference, I mean, he's pushing 500 yards, man. Like, dude is good. So, because you got that guy, and even defensively, you got to shore some things up, but the attacking mentality to go make things happen, sacks, TFLs, turnovers, defensive touchdowns. It's wide open, Boogie, but Tennessee's riding that conversation too, man.
Yeah, I mean, come on. To be fair, that wasn't Joey's best game. It just wasn't. Like, no. And it's not all on Joey.
He was 1 for 6 with a pick in the fourth quarter before that game-tying drive. So, I mean, nobody's going to be perfect, right? I mean, there's ebbs and flows in a football game, and when you needed him, 6 for 6, 54 yards and a rushing touchdown to tie the game. Boy, he was great. Also, one of those completions, though, behind Chris Brazzell on 4th down. What a huge freaking play. Like,
huge play. Chris
Brazzell continues to be one of the biggest stories for this football team, where that's the biggest surprise for me, one of the biggest surprises for me, because I'll be honest with you, I didn't expect this. I was not impressed with what I saw last year, but dude's a baller, and he's killing it for Tennessee.
Way more talk about Mike Matthews, right, going into this season than really Chris Brazzell. And Chris Brazzell's the one that's leading the country in receiving yards, leading the country in receiving touchdowns. Another big play on that last drive was Braylon Staley, right? Mm-hmm. 2 yards short of the sticks. He's like, nope, you're not gonna deny me. I'm gonna.
I love that Boogie, man. I mean, what a bad day. Like, what a bad day. You know, he muff punt, lets it roll to the 1, disaster start. Drops the first pass of the second quarter or second half. But like that play sums up what guys like him are all about. Like I'm gonna, and I said this on the rewind last night. Like, last year with Brazzell, it's like, I ran the wrong route, I dropped a pass, I'm getting in my head a little bit, I don't have any confidence, and then I can never find my way to the consistent role again because there's Brew, there's Squirrel, there's all these other guys. This year, it's like, oh, Staley, you made a mistake. Okay, well, you're staying in the football game. Brazzell, you made a mistake. Oh, well, get him next time. You're all we have. And so it forces them to go back out there and right those wrongs. And Braylon Staley, man, I mean, coming back to the football, catching it, and then fighting to the marker. I love that. Like those are one of the those 2 football plays on that drive. It's like, before Tennessee beat Alabama, the Keaton catch and the Brew McCoy catch. Like, everybody talks about the kick. Everybody talks about Brew McCoy. I talk about Ramel Keaton's catch earlier in that drive. Like, those are the plays that, like, make the result happen. And I love the fight from Braylon Staley because I know you're a fan. I'm a fan. Dude's a baller, right? He had a bad day. But that play right there was everything that guy stands for. And I thought that was a great finish to a football game that he wants to forget.
I think a lot of that, too. And, look, it's up to Braylon. Braylon's the one that has to put that in the rear view. We talk about next play mentality. That's on Braylon. Braylon has to do that. But I think you can feed off of your leadership. And one of my favorite things that I heard about Joey is when Braylon fell down on that interception a couple of weeks ago. And Joey went right back to him. He's like, hey, man, you fell down. It's no big deal. We're going to need you to make plays, right? And there's so many stories of Joey saying that on the sideline. We're going to need you to make plays. When they were trailing in the Georgia game, it was up, it was down, it was up, it was down. And Star Thomas says Joey's on the sideline saying somebody's going to make a play. Don't worry about it. Somebody's going to make a play. The confidence. Right? And we talk about culture and leadership, and it's cliche and it's buzzwords. It's a real thing at the University of Tennessee. I think it starts with your head ball coach, and then I think your quarterback's got it. I think Miles Kitselman has it, and I think this team feeds off of that, right? Everybody wants to talk about Braylon fumbling that punt to start the game. Guess who the first guy that Joey Aguilar threw the football to? Braylon Staley
Yep.
over the middle, 26-yard reception. It's like, oh, you just made a mistake? I'm going right back to you, and we're going to get your confidence back. Braylon struggled, but he didn't quit, right? And that's this whole team, man. This whole team struggled at times, but you found a way to win, and that's what good teams do on the road. I hate bye weeks. I know you hate bye weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But we got to go through the bye week. What's going on over at Locked On Vols? What's going on over at VolQuest during the bye week?
It does feel like with 2 bye weeks, the season gets extended, right? And then it's another couple weeks of content, which is good for us. But I hate the fact that there's nobody we can talk about and preview and dissect and get ready for Saturday. But it will be nice to watch, to watch a stress-free Saturday of college football. That'll be nice. But nah, man, a lot of bye week stuff. I'm gonna dissect this football team instead of looking ahead first glance wise to Tennessee's next opponent. I'm gonna do a little self scout on Tennessee right now, position by position. I might do a positional breakdown. I might do a positional power rankings, surprises, areas of improvements, all that. Tennessee recruiting. Fall baseball is happening right now. I know you don't know what that is. I know you have no clue about basketball. They started practice this week. Still so much going on this week over at VolQuest.com and Locked On Vols podcast, but have no fear. Football will return to Neyland Stadium. We'll find out that kickoff time against Arkansas later today. That'll come up not this Saturday, but next Saturday. Looking forward to that. And Bobby Petrino, what's Arkansas going to look like, right?
Can that light a fire in them before they come to Neyland Stadium? I think they can respond 2 different ways. I don't like it. I wish Sam Pittman would have stayed through that game.
Yep.
I don't like it because it gives them an opportunity to light that little spark.
You always wait on the bye week, right? You always wait on the bye week. UCLA did, Virginia Tech did. I don't know if Oklahoma State's on the bye week this week, but you have that time to be like, okay, well, this is our new, at least in the short term, this is what we're about. This is our new culture. Let's get everybody's ducks in a row. Bobby Petrino can obviously coach football. Taylor Green can obviously play football. Yeah, I'm with you, man. You can respond. You can quit on your team, or you can rally around the guys in that locker room and Petrino and go win some football games. And you better hope for the latter, right? Because that's an offense. I mean, Tennessee can beat them. Don't get me wrong. That's an offense that can put up 50. So I too would feel comfortable if Sam Pittman was still on the sidelines, but still at home, this is a football game Tennessee should win, and Tennessee will win.
100%. I appreciate it, Cainer. Go sub up Locked On Vols. Go over to VolQuest.com. They talk about practice. We play video games here, so I don't know what to tell you, but always a good time, Cainer. We'll catch up later in the week. All right, buddy.
See you, boys. Thanks,
Appreciate
guys.
it. All right, we're going to keep this thing rolling. I forgot about the membership drive. I don't have a boss around here. I don't have a marketing team. I know some YouTubers have marketing teams. They have PR teams. I don't have that, unfortunately, and sometimes I forget to do things. I forget to take care of business. We got almost 250 people watching. I appreciate you guys tuning in, hanging out on the bye week. We played that fun copyright music to open the show, so we need your support. Door fees are great. Door fees are appreciated. Or also, we're going to do the membership drive, but because I forgot, I didn't give you guys a whole bunch of time. We're going to knock off 15 memberships. You guys can get 20 memberships in here. We'll give away a free shirt. So you can gift some memberships. You can join the channel. If you don't have a Power T beside your name, fix that. It's $1. Got $1. You got $1? Anybody got $1? It's only $1 a month. We appreciate the support. It keeps the lights on around here. Other ways you can support the channel, go to bonfire.com/store/Talkin Vols. We got some Talkin Vols merchandise. Get a little kickback off of this if you guys pick up merch, but it's also marketing. See, it's like our marketing team. It's free advertising for us to rock. If you guys rock this Talkin Vols merchandise, we got some fun shirts, polos, quarter zips, a windbreaker. We've also got parody shirts, VWO, because if you're talking Vols, you're talking Vols for life. We've got rivalry shirts, beat Florida, beat Bama, beat Georgia. We've also got some offensive shirts that say FUGA, Buck Fama. We got the Talkin Vols letter theme shirt, TriStar shirts, whatever you want, bonfire.com/store/Talkin Vols. We'll give away one of these if we can get 15 memberships in here before the end of the show. You guys know what we do on Mondays. We hang out with Cainer for 30, 40 minutes typically, and then we go over and we watch what Josh Heupel had to say immediately following the game. Aaron says, don't worry, Boogie, just put my resume on Indeed. I have some middle school experience. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. Aaron, do you want to be my marketing team? You don't have to do anything. I won't pay you anything, but then I can tell people that I have a marketing team. Bert Smith is here. What's up? Bert says ARC equals new system. We won't know what to expect. Now, I don't like it. I really don't like the fact that we're handing over the reins to Petrino, who is an offensive guru, which I'm sure he I would say there was probably no restrictions on him. He was probably doing what he wanted to do offensively, but I think he's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. He's got nothing to lose, right? Nothing to lose. And in his mind, I'm sure he's trying to win the starting job, or not starting job, the head coaching job. I'm sure he's trying to take that over and go out and prove himself. We got a couple of memberships here. Peyton K gifted a Talkin VAWLS membership. We appreciate you, Peyton. Also, Ethan Woods became a member of the channel. Shout out, Ethan. We appreciate that. The memberships go a long way, man. They're strength in numbers. It's only $1. Got $1? Anybody got $1? It helps the channel, keeps the lights on, especially in the offseason, man. Keep those memberships up to date when we're not having post-game shows and we're not having 6 live streams, getting door fees and super chats. We need that support to keep the lights on around here. So let's jump into it. Let's go over and see what Josh Heupel had to say immediately following the game. You guys know the deal. You want to change gears, something you want to talk about, drop a super chat. We'll talk about it. You guys drive the Monday morning show. Vols Nation 92 became a member of the channel. Shout out Vols Nation. We appreciate you. 17 more. Can we get 17 new memberships? Can I give away some merch? I don't even know what I want to give away. I'll let y'all pick whatever you want. 17 memberships. We'll give away some merch. Let's take a listen to Josh Heupel after the game. I would imagine if he was pissed off last week, I wonder if he's pissed off this week or just happy to survive, get that dub in advance. Let's take a listen.
Man, fan base, awesome. Love the way they showed up. Love the way we competed for 4 quarters, playing the next play, playing the next series. Offensively, special teams, man, there's a whole lot that can be a lot cleaner. End of the day, it's a win for who we consider to be the good guys, and at the end of the day, love competing with these guys. So a lot to clean up. Everybody, coaches, players, everybody. But good road win against a good football team, and so excited about that. And got a chance here bye week, heal some guys up, get better, and get ready to get back to work.
Questions. We'll start with Austin up front.
In the regulation, Bishop takes first down, why no timeout? And it seemed like it was more just kind of confusion on that part.
Here we go. Here we go. This is what you guys wanted. These are the answers you guys wanted, asking about clock management on the final drive. I don't know if you guys could hear the question from AP. You guys say that AP, not you guys. Why don't I say you guys? I mean the guys on the general's quarters over at VolQuest. They always say that AP and VolQuest, they don't ask the hard-hitting questions. First question out of the gate, why didn't you take a timeout after you handed the football to Deshaun Bishop on the final drive? Here we go.
Actually, I had the second play ready to go with the time on the clock, whether it was right or wrong, with the 2 timeouts, being able to get it out quick and burn it. We had the second play ready to go. That's why I didn't use it there. With the time that it ended up, probably would have been right. So, Joey scrambles around on the play and burns the clock. So
he totally did not answer the question. He did not answer the question at all. Like, you let 25 seconds run off. I get that you had the second play called, but then you walked up to the line of scrimmage and you stood around for 25 seconds. Come on, Hype. He didn't answer the question at all. Like, that makes sense if you run Deshaun Bishop for 2 yards, you line up, you go quick, you snap the football. You didn't do that. You stood around and scratched your head for 25 seconds, letting the clock run down. I don't think you answered the question.
Josh, in overtime, just what sprung Deshaun loose on the run, and what do you think the key was to the stop on defense to end it?
We got some movement on the counter play. We're able to get up to the second level. Bish kind of steps through one a little bit too, and got into personnel grouping that we hadn't used much during the course of the ball game with Ethan being out. Just hadn't gotten into our 12 stuff, and kind of switched it up and went 12 and blocked it, and he ran through it.
No bueno. The question was about the beginning of the drive. The AP specifically said after Deshaun Bishop, and he said we had Coach praising his answer. He said we had the second play called. He's talking about the opening of the drive, but he answered the question as if it was later. So I don't know if he misunderstood or if he's just talking in circles because that's what Coach Heupel does. Like, I get it. Like, at times I get it. At times I understand. Like, but how does that hurt? Like, I don't understand why you can't answer that question. I don't understand why you can't answer that question. Why didn't you take a timeout there? Well, just because the course of the ball game, we decided we weren't going to use the timeout there. What? He does it in such a way that it's 45 seconds later that you're going, wait a minute, what did he say? Like, you've already moved on to 2 questions later, and then it's like, wait a minute, he didn't answer my question. He didn't answer my question. Austin says he talks in circles because he don't know what he don't know what he's doing. This man has averaged 10 wins a year the last 3 years. He took us to the college football playoff. We're 4-1 on the season. They only lost to Georgia in overtime because our kicker missed a field goal. What do you mean he don't know what he's doing? Come on, Austin. You don't believe that. Austin, do you want to go back to Derek Dooley? Do you want to go back to orange pants on the sideline, sitting on a bar stool with a cane in your hand? Do you want to go back to Jeremy Pruitt talking about cornbread and asparagus? Do you want to go back to Butch Jones?
And you have to not lose the game before you can ever win the game.
God, Austin, I hope you're not being serious. Like, I understand people that question things and people that criticize things and people that call things out. I got no problem with that. If you don't think that what Josh Heupel has done here has been ridiculously impressive, that's why our fan base is full of psychopaths, because we went from winning 3 games to going 7-5 with half of a roster to winning 10 games and making the college football playoff. Like, that's the expectation now. You remember what the expectation was 8-9 years ago? God, please, sweet little baby Jesus, 6-pound, 8-ounce baby Jesus, can we win 6 games so we can go to the Music City Bowl? And me and Vols JP are going to get on the internet and we're going to search for tickets because we're so excited. We're so excited that our season doesn't end in November and we get to go play some stupid team from the Big Ten, and it's going to feel like a special deal because we get to play in the postseason. The Music City Bowl is so much fun. Can we please get to 6 games? No, it's 5 games this year. Oh, no, we're going to go 4-8 this year. Okay, maybe next year, Lord. Thank you, though. Thank you. Are you kidding me? Oh, man. Some of you guys amaze me. You amaze me. Some of y'all didn't live through the dumpster years, and it shows. So some of y'all didn't grow up in the 90s when we won all the time and then had that taken away from you, right? It's like being a spoiled brat, filthy rich, got everything you want, cars, jewelry, diamonds, whatever you want, you got. You're filthy rich. And then all of a sudden you find yourself homeless on the street, looking around. Wow, this sucks. Versus somebody that came from the streets, had nothing, worked, fought, earned, climbed their way out of it. And now they appreciate everything they have. Maybe they got a 2-bedroom house. They appreciate that. That dude on the street's mad because he lost his 18-bedroom house, his bougie mansion. Man, some of y'all didn't have it and get it taken away from you. I think that hurts a little bit more. Oh my gosh, be appreciative of what we've got in Coach Heupel. I don't get it. I just don't get it, man. We should be naming freaking streets after Josh Heupel. That's what he's done with this program. We should be naming streets after Josh Heupel. The guy's not even won an SEC championship. He picked this freaking program up from rock bottom. It wasn't even rock bottom. We dug through the rock. We went through the gravel and the dirt and the mud. We're down there at the core of the earth trying to find the program to drag it back up through all that crap and just get it back to even keel. Now we're building something. Now we're building something, boys. That first year, 7-5, felt special because we had like 30 players on the team. Like, you had guys playing both sides. Your quarterback was your punter and your field goal kicker. Oh, my gosh. See, that's it, Austin. Not going through to the SEC championship since 2001. That has nothing to do with Josh Heupel. You're talking of 20 years of misery that has zero to do with Josh Heupel. Nothing to do with Josh Heupel. He wasn't here for any of that. So you're mad at 20 years of misery that has nothing to do with Josh Heupel. Josh Heupel got here in 2021. We've done nothing but win since then. Nothing but win since then. We lose in overtime to Georgia, and it's, oh, my God, he's awful. Fire him. Get rid of him. He sucks. He's terrible. Holy smokes. I just don't get it. I don't get it. It makes zero sense to me. Anybody that thinks we should get rid of Josh Heupel, I question whether you have any idea what you're watching on Saturdays. I can't help myself. I don't even know what to say to that. Like, is it real? Is it real that we've not beat Alabama in 15 years? Josh Heupel does it? Well, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Is it real that we've not beat Florida in forever? Josh Heupel does it. Doesn't matter. He's not done anything. You see how you constantly move the goalposts? It's a process. It's a journey. You don't just come in to a program that won 3 games, has an NCAA investigation hanging over their head, and go win a national championship the next year. Most people with common sense, most people with half a brain in their head said this thing was going to take 5, 6, 7 years to rebuild. Here we sit in year 5, and we're averaging 10 wins a year the last 3 years. Guess what? It's pretty damn hard to win the SEC. Look at what Georgia's built. Look at what Alabama's built. Now I think it's even more difficult now because we're truly seeing parity in college football. Fire Josh Heupel. Who are we going to hire? Let me guess. John Gruden. We're going to go hire John Gruden. That's who we're going to hire. He's the answer to our problem. We're going to go hire Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer is going to come in and solve all of our problems. You see what happens? Fire this guy. Fire that guy. Fire Heupel. We'll bring in John Gruden. Fire John Gruden. We'll bring in Urban Meyer. Fire Urban Meyer. We'll bring in, I don't know, Peyton Manning's going to be the savior of the program. Guess what? Peyton Manning, 2 years into it. Fire Peyton Manning. He sucks. All right, I'm moving on because I can't have that conversation. If you think we should fire Josh Heupel. I can't have a conversation with you if we're averaging 10 wins a year the last 3 years. We made it to the college football playoff. We just so happened to get paired against the best team in college football and got beat. And now we're 4-1 to start the season. Our only loss is to Georgia in overtime, and you want to fire our head coach. I can't have a normal conversation with you about football at that point. Hey, okay, that's it. That's it. There you go. That's it. We're going to hire Nick Saban. He's going to bring Tennessee football back. We're going to make Tennessee football great again. We're going to hire Saban. Now I know you're not serious. If you are, seek help.
Man, I thought the line of scrimmage they controlled. They made it uncomfortable for the quarterback on a couple of the passes. Matched guys out. Ty's close to picking one. Over on the sideline, they end up hitting that play on I think it's 2nd and long.
You know what's the best part about all this? I just now realized you all can't even see his comments because he's on Facebook. That's the best part about all of it. Is the comments were on Facebook. And you guys are on YouTube because that's where the real ones live. That's where the real ones hang out. And you guys can't even see it. I mean, it makes sense that it's from Facebook. Oh, my gosh. My face hurts from laughing so hard. I'm starting to sweat. Joseph for 5. What's up, Joseph? Good to see you in the chat, brother. Says Door Feed Boogie, don't even waste time. Waste time on these people. Some are just stupid. But I think you guys appreciate it. That's why I never know if it's real or not, because you guys know that it's going to create a Boogie sermon. Like you guys are already calling a Boogie sermon in the chat. I mean, we're 30 seconds into Heupel's press conference, and I'm preaching about something that has nothing to do with Heupel's press conference. That's what I'm here to do. That's what tends to happen on Monday when Coach Jay's not here to talk me off a ledge. Fao Ming's not here to freaking wear a sleeveless shirt and distract everybody. Nobody's here to distract me, so I'm here preaching. That's what we do on Mondays. We have church. UT Punkin loves rage baiting people. You see, the thing is, though, UT Bunkin, is I never know if it's real or not, because there are so many people with so many bad takes that truly believe that truly believe that we're going to go hire Nick Saban or think that that's an option. I mean, Nick Saban walked away from a dynasty at Alabama. Surely he'll come to Tennessee. I mean, why wouldn't he, right? It's like Urban Meyer. He walked away from college football. Surely he'll come coach at Tennessee. John Gruden. Surely he'll come coach at Tennessee. Peyton K for 5 says, door fee, GBO. Shout out, Peyton. I appreciate you guys. We need those door fees. Those door fees keep the lights on around here. Also, memberships keep the lights on around here. We're 17 memberships away. We're Dylan, I almost made a similar comment about John Madden, and then I restrained myself, and now you're making comments like that in the chat. You said it, not me. We need 17 memberships. 17 memberships will give away some free merch. The super chats and door fees are greatly appreciated. Thank you guys so much for the support. All right, let's get back to it. Let's focus. Dial it in. This is what happens on bye weeks. I yell at people. I yelled at Brandon to start the show. I'm yelling at somebody from Facebook now.
So then just relentless and played with great communication, lineman assignment, and made plays. Great. It was a great effort by our defense. I should have said that at the beginning. The entire night. There's a couple of things that they busted, run fits early on some of the outside zone, and we let one down the middle of the football field for a big play for them. But there was a lot of things that they did at a really high level.
Last comment, then I'm done. See, these don't work with me, Austin. We'll see what y'all say when we lose to Bama, Florida, and Oklahoma. See, I heard that last year. When y'all said that Nico sucked and the offense sucked and that we can't just win on defense and running the football. Just wait till we go on the road to Oklahoma. Oh, wait, we won. Just wait till we play Alabama. Oh, wait, we won. Just wait till we play Florida. Oh, wait, we won. Every single week, we just move the goalpost. And then people like you celebrate. You celebrate when we lose to Ohio State just so you can say, I told you so. You want to be right so bad that you would rather Tennessee lose and you get to say, I told you so. I told you we sucked. We lost to the best team in college football. I told you we sucked. Man, do you celebrate that? Are you happy? All right, I'm done. All right, back to it.
And had to face some adverse situations too, and continued to respond. Really proud of those guys. Obviously, a couple of huge plays. Defensive lineman, strip sack, scoop sore, and the pick six.
Coach, you guys have talked about how Joey is so even keeled and poised. How did that show up in some of the stuff made on the tying drive fourth quarter?
Well, it showed up at the end of the game. Big drive, big conversions. Showed itself there. There's some things, early, middle, third quarter that he would like to have back, and we'd like to have back. But the fact that he just kept competing, is a really positive sign. One of the things that we love about him.
Eric in Austin.
Josh, did you get an explanation on the offensive pass interference from Bronzo on that play?
Man, they didn't say anything to me. That'll be an interesting play to go watch here. So.
How about two guys? One, Tyree West. It feels like the last, going to Georgia and then to this one, it feels like he's playing his best football. What's he done? Because he didn't play a ton against Syracuse, but still, he's taking advantage of his opportunity to earn more. And then Boot Carter, you didn't have him back there at the first. Was that by design? Or?
It was. Obviously, that's one of the things that you can't have happen. We mishandled the first one. Don't catch the second one. Goes down to 1 yard line. Got Boo back in there. He did a good job catching it, and so they're unique in their punters. They got multiple punters, multiple footed, and a little bit sporadic where they hit it. And we didn't start very well handling it. Finished a little bit better. Obviously, the fake was disappointing.
And then Tyree.
Tyree just man, you talk about a young guy from day one till now, how he's grown as a man and as a competitor, understanding our defense, playing with relentless effort, and playing with great technique too. He's played on the edge, played some inside. Just done a great job here. And, you talked about him playing his best football. There's no doubt that last few weeks he's been playing his best football.
It's bad when Jenny left YouTube and went to Facebook to go on the attack. Jenny's had enough. She went to Facebook to call him out, and I'm here for it. I love it. Dude, talking about Tyree West. Tyree West is a guy that I kind of had in the preseason that I thought he was going to be that breakout guy. He was going to be a guy that was out there making a lot of plays, and he was kind of quiet, right? He was quiet to start the season, but, man, really starting to come on here lately. Of course, had a big game against Mississippi State. What do you end up with? 2 sacks, I think, on the game. Pulling up the stats now. I think he had 2 sacks on the game. Tyree West, 3 tackles, 2 sacks, 2 TFLs. Yeah, I mean, just starting to come on. And I don't know if it's clicking for him. Some people said his weight was up to start the season, but I don't think you are going to lose weight and get in shape in 5 weeks. I don't see that. But 3 sacks on the year. Look, it's just another guy, man. We know Coach G wants to rotate guys. You're banged up on that defensive line. I think Tyree West coming along really kind of allowed you to move Don Bailey to the inside and give him more snaps on the interior and really help pick up this defense. So huge to see Tyree West coming on.
Josh, 2 of your tougher plays were very similar to the throws over the middle to Kitzelman that gets batted up in the air. What did you see on those? Were those similar? Were they well defended? Were they missed a little bit? What happened on those?
The one to Kits was probably a little bit further inside than you want. His hand, got grabbed as he's going up for the football, so ends up being a deflection. The previous one, Joey's thrown off his back foot. It's a little bit high when there's bodies around. Bad things like that happen, and so combination of a little bit of everything from him leads that to be errant.
If I'm not mistaken, this is your first time going into Starkville as head coach. Just how unique is the environment with all the cowbells, and how hard was it to adjust with the noise?
Yeah, cowbells. I'm not sure the right way to describe it, but a noisemaker at the end of the day. We had a couple false starts on tempo.
That's calling out the officials. That's calling out the rule book right there. I don't know what to call it. A noisemaker at the end of the day. Like that's against SEC rules to have a noisemaker, but they're allowed to have cowbells for whatever reason. I love that Josh Heupel said, I don't know what to call it, but a noisemaker at the end of the day. I think it was, man, I almost clipped Colton Hood because I love the clip of him saying he was talking trash. They asked him about the cowbells. He's like, yeah, it went silent real quick. Man, them things was annoying.
In short yardage situations that change the way the game's played, those things they're a part of it, so.
You shared a moment with Wendell after the game. Why was it important for you to seek him out, and why do you think this game in particular was so emotional for him?
Yeah, he's an elite competitor, and this one mattered to him in a big way. And man, you talk about tough, smart, and physical. Man, that guy embodies all that, and just awesome. From the time that he got here, when we got on the field, you saw him. He's really smart and plays the game at a really high level. It's been fun to see his personality really come out, during the course of the summer, but really training camp, and he's got great leadership traits. It's been fun seeing him continue to grow. He's a great player.
I don't know what happened with Wendell Moy, and it's really none of our business, but when things get put into a public light like that, you kind of wonder what's going on, what happened. I don't know if you guys have seen the clip rolling around Twitter, Instagram, social media. He was very emotional after the game. Josh Heupel came up, gave him a big hug, told him how much he loved him. Wendell Moy was crying at that point. Some of the other coaches, teammates were all coming up, hugging on him, loving on him. So I don't know if he lost somebody in his family. I don't know if it's something to do with the state of Mississippi. I don't know. I don't know what happened there. And again, I don't know that we need to know what happened there, but clearly big moment, emotional moment for Wendell Moy. So good for them to come out with a dub for him. Man, Joey Aguilar was going through it too, man. Joey Aguilar lost his former head coach at App State, the guy that gave him his opportunity. Just an emotional moment or week for this football team, and to come out on the right side of it is good stuff.
Josh, the sequence before the half, was there a thought of maybe calling a timeout there before the punt, or were you trying to wait and snag that, maybe see if you could pop one offensively? I know there was only
I'm going to be honest, which
right
sequence
before the half,
where we had the ball?
getting the football back on a punt.
Yeah, 4th and 2. There's a lot of things that go into that. We get the ball after half. Defense has been on the field. Burning a timeout if they do go for it, giving them time. Just felt like it was the right thing with where the scoreboard was and how everything had transpired, and us getting the ball to let that thing milk. If it's a long yardage situation, it's different.
David Cainer's obviously got to make his first.
Yeah.
You kind of thrown into the fire there, but I know you're happy to have him.
Yeah, I thought he went in there in a tough situation, getting first action, responded, played really well. It's a great example to young guys that haven't been in this game that you don't know when it's coming, but it's coming. You better be ready. And it's during the course of play, 60 minutes. It's week to week, and it's great to have him back. It's a young guy that has had to deal with an adverse injury right out the gate, handled it well. He was a great teammate, and has wanted to be on that field. And as a coach, you deal with a lot of hard moments too. When he got the word that, man, he was cleared, that's one of those great moments that stays with you too.
I'm glad Dave got out on the field, man. It sucks, and I don't have any inside information. I don't know what's going on with Dave. But just being around him just enough, being around, talking to his dad, having him on the show, talking to him, getting to know them, the brief little bit that we have, I don't think it's in Dave's DNA to sit out for money. And so when you're watching a kid that wants to play, he wants to be on the field, he wants to be with his teammates, and he's hurt, he's injured, the doctors, the medical staff is telling him that he can't play, and then you're looking around the internet and you're seeing people start to create rumors, which I don't get, man. There's a difference between speculating and having a conversation and acting like something's factual and just putting it out there. Oh, Dave's holding out. Dave's holding out for money. That's why he's not playing. It's a contract. No, it's not, man, and it never was. And here's this young 18-year-old kid, a true freshman, that wants to be on the field, and he has to go to social media and read this crap. And there's so many people, it's like, oh, he doesn't see it. Yes, they do. They see everything. We saw Dante Thornton talk about it on a podcast, and he was like, man, we see it all. It's like the same dudes that are hating on me because I have a drop, the same dudes that are in my DMs threatening me are the same guys that are celebrating when I catch a game-winning touchdown. They're the same guys that are celebrating with me when I have a good game. Like, either you're a Vol or you're not, through thick and thin. Why in the world go to social media and create this narrative that Dave's sitting out? Like, what good does that do? Do you know that? Do you have that as factual information? Or are you just putting crap out about our team that hurts our team, that hurts Dave Sanders, that pisses off Dave Sanders? What if Dave sees enough of that crap where he's like, man, screw this fan base. I'm going somewhere else next year. And it's just stop, man. Get off of social media. Take a break. Touch grass. Get out of your house. It's good to see Dave get out there on the field and hit somebody, man. So happy for that kid. You could see how amped up he was, man. Me and Cainer laughing about it earlier, him slapping that helmet, him out there freaking looking like he's hitting the sled, getting all fired up. Good to see Dave get an opportunity to go play football on Saturday. Love it. Hate it for Jesse Perry going down. Jesse Perry's played some great football. Be interesting to see what this coaching staff does for Arkansas. You now got a bye week. Dave's healthy. Couple of weeks of practice. Does Dave come in and start at right tackle and you slide Jesse Perry back inside the guard, and those are your best five? Sham Umrah's played some good football. Like Wendell Moy switching to the right, played good football. Jesse Perry at right tackle. This offensive line's been pretty dang good. Are they better? Are they better with Dave at right tackle? We'll find out. We'll see. We'll see what they elect to do against Arkansas in a couple of weeks.
Josh, Mike Matthews had a couple big catches for you, ended up leading you guys in receiving. Just what can you say about what he was able to do tonight?
Yeah, all those guys got great trust in him. I think Mike had a big time night. He's winning one-on-ones. He's getting open down the football field, working the middle of the football field. Guy's a highly competitive guy that is playing really well, but his best football is still in front of him. I think that's one of the exciting things for Mike.
MG Way says, I've not seen these rumors. Like, I get it, and I don't think MG Way, I don't think you're sitting here trying to call me out saying, oh, Boogie's just making stuff up. But I see people that are like, that didn't happen. I didn't see that. And again, MG Way, I'm not saying that's what you're doing. I'm just saying this is my job. This is how I pay my bills. I eat, sleep, breathe Tennessee football. And I know you guys do too. And sometimes we were like, especially with the Patreon dynasty, like, hey, Boogie, can you play on Sunday? Dude, I legit wake up Sunday morning and I start my rewatches. I start doing homework. I start digging into numbers. I know you're not MGWay. I'm just using it for a talking point. And then it's I take a quick break. I go to church. I come home. I eat lunch. And then it's right back to the grind. I rewatch the game at least once or twice. And again, I'm just digging for notes, narratives, storylines. I'm going through the message boards. I'm reading articles. I eat, sleep, and breathe Tennessee football. It is my job to scroll through the comments. Some people say don't read the comments, Boogie. I try to read the comments. I want to engage with you guys. I want to be involved with you guys and have conversations. I see everything about Tennessee football. So it's like there's a lot, actually. There were a lot of people that were trying to start this narrative. Why isn't Dave playing? Well, because he's hurt and the medical team didn't clear him. That can't be it. There's got to be more to it. Is he going to be out for the year? Is it a contract dispute? Dave's holding out for money. It's like, calm down, pump the brakes. So sometimes when you guys don't see something, I get it. But if I'm saying it, I've definitely seen it. And I've seen it on the message boards. I've seen it on Twitter. It's stupid. It's dumb. And what happens is, like, maybe one person brings it up as a conversation, right? Did this happen? Is this something that's real? Is Dave maybe holding out? Is he hurt? And then somebody takes that and goes, I heard on VolQuest that Dave Sanders is holding out. Then that person goes to Twitter. Is David Sanders holding out? And then it just grows like a freaking wildfire and it's out of control. What's the prognosis on Perry? I'm behind on the recaps. Perry actually went back in overtime, so I'm assuming he's good to go. I don't think anybody is more banged up or injured after the Mississippi State game, especially going into a bye week. I think outside of Ricky Gibson, I'm hoping Jamal McCoy is back, but I think you're going to have Jackson Moy 100%. He played 40 snaps Saturday, so Jackson Moy's back. I think David Hobbs is going to be back. I hope Jamal McCoy is going to be back for Arkansas. So we'll see what happens. I think we came out relatively healthy against Mississippi State. You're just beat up, man, right? You played 5 games. It's a good time for the bye week. So get healthy, get right, and go take care of Arkansas.
More John and then Austin.
I know you guys have a lot of faith in Miles, but to go back to him on the game time drive and then to see how his teammates just picked him up, what does it say about what he means to this football team?
Yeah, great leader. Same competitor every day. Guys know that about him. They've seen it. They trust him, believe in him. Quarterback trusts him. The guys around him do. This game's never going to be perfect. It's always about the next play. And with all the things that we got to correct from this game, I am proud of this football team for just going and playing the next play.
Speaking about guys you can trust, Deshaun Bishop.
Yeah.
He's kind of moving away on blocking for joy down there in that last score regulation.
Yeah.
And of course, obviously scores the touchdown there in overtime. What is it that keeps him on the field for you guys?
Yeah, great drive offensively, responding and going and getting themselves in the end zone. He's leading the parade there in that situation. Smart, tough, physical, loves to compete. Guy works all year long, man. That guy's working to go accomplish the things that he set before himself, and go to battle with that guy any day.
Thank you. We have a bunch of players coming short.
All right, that's post-game press conference from Josh Heupel. Survive, win, and advance. All that matters, just be the better team every week. That's it. Just be the better team. And Tennessee, there's so much in front of them, man. There's so much to play for. At times, it feels like this team is looking at 6-6 just by some of the negativity that I see around the internet, man. You're 4-1. Your only loss is to Georgia, and it was in overtime. You have every opportunity to beat every team left on this schedule, and it starts with Arkansas in 2 weeks. We're going to be live tomorrow night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, playing EA Sports College Football. Come hang out. It's a laid-back, chill stream. Always a good time. Wednesday night, most likely 7 p.m. Eastern time. We're working on an interview. If that doesn't happen this week, hopefully it happens sooner rather than later. But if that interview doesn't happen this week, Wednesday at 7, we're going to do like a little mid-season recap. Everybody's going to be on. It's going to be me, Coach Jay, Dauber, Foul Ming, Scoops, X Factor. If he wants to come back, I know they just had the little man and he's been busy. Dauber will be here. All hands on deck Wednesday night. And we're just going to talk. We're going to talk about this football team, where they're at, where we thought they would be, where they have the opportunity to go. There's going to be no morning stream on Friday because of the bye week. I'm getting off the internet. I'm getting away from people. I'm getting away from the internet. I'm going to disappear for a couple of days. If there's something we're talking about, we're going to be dropping videos. But as always, smash the thumbs up on the way out the door. I would greatly appreciate it. Shout out to all the members of the channel. Between the super chats and the memberships, that's why I get to do this. If the support doesn't come in, the channel is over. I'll go back to working a 9 to 5, and I'm not too proud to do that. But I'm grateful for every person that says, Boogie, here's a $5 door fee. Here's a $1 a month as a membership. That's how we keep doing this. It's not because of the views. It's not because of the ad revenue. It's because of the community. For the fans, by the fans, also fan funded. I am grateful. If you're not a member and you like what we do and you want to support, hit the join button. It's down there below. It's only $1. If you're on an iPhone, it won't let you join. You can go to the description below. There is a link there where you can join the channel as well. But that's going to do it. Again, live tomorrow night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. Live Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be back for the fan call-in show on Sunday to get you geared up, fired up, and heading into that Arkansas game next Saturday. But that is going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name's Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.
That we call